Hey guys, Bam here with another farm, a pretty straightforward strategy. So this will be using Wrath of the Cosmos. So Eldritch Altars influenced by the Searing Shark have 50 to 60% chance to have an additional upside. You want to be as close as possible to 60. The other line doesn't matter as much. Eldritch Altars influenced by Searing Shark, which have an additional upside, have increased effect of the downside. But if you can get it for cheap, of course do it. The lowest number on the bottom line, the better. So yeah, this is what we'll be going. So as you can see, we will be adding Searing Exarch to our maps. And then for the 2x2, we want at least one mod that says Eldritch Embers found in your maps, influenced by Searing Exarch, have 15% chance to be duplicated. You can roll between 10 to 15%. If you can get your hands on a 15%, it can be quite good. And aside of that, another one that can be cool is increased quantity of items found in your map. Here I just found this myself, but yeah, this item is cool. Also, lesser common scarabs is another good mod, but the most important part, as I said, is to have at least a enrich embers on your maps have a chance to be duplicated. Now for the 1x3, we want at least in total 100% chance to spawn Searing Exarch. So we need two of them because it rolls between 40 to 60%. Make sure the total of those two mods, the one at the bottom, added together is at least 100%. As long as you have that, it's fine. So you will have guaranteed chance to appear Searing Exarch on your first pack. So make sure you do this. And then it will start a chain reaction sometimes because whenever you click on an altar, you actually spawn another pack and then you can have another altar and so on. So it's super important to have at least 100% of those. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put D&D on. Okay, and yeah, that's it for the big ones. And now for the small ones, the only thing you need on it, to be honest, is Searing Exarch. Have a chance to... I have not a chance, sorry. I increase pack size. I would say go for 6%. They're still pretty cheap. And yeah, it's a pretty common mod too, so you can find a lot of them. And it's actually important that you go for 5 or 6%, as the difference between 4 and 6% is actually 50% more. So yeah, it will save you some spot if you use the right ones. And yeah, as I said, they're pretty cheap and also common. So if you were farming idols, you probably have a bunch of them. And yeah, that's it. Then we add Searing Exarch to our map and we go. So I'll showcase a map real quick. The map you want to run is City Square or Mesa. The reason why you want to do this, so make sure you add quality to your map. The reason you want to do this is you want to kill the boss first. So I'll show you, as I said, Searing Exarch. And then we rush to the boss. Rush to the boss, try to find the boss, kill it first. Reason why we do this is that if we do this, now all the altars will not have a mod for the boss. Okay, but once we have this, okay, we go back to the first pack we encountered, and we actually can use this. And then yeah, we have our altar. Now we try to get the Eldritch one usually, but here we have Unmaking and it doesn't do anything this week, so we'll pick up the other one. And then here we have Titanic Scarabs. So that's why I said it can be good to have the mod that says the rarer Scarabs, the less common ones, which I don't have, to be honest. Again, here we try. Okay, so now we have Chaos possible. The most important mods on the altars are the ones that give you embers. Right now we don't have any, so it's kind of bad. So we might not receive a lot from this map, but we're getting some scarabs and some chaos. missed. See if we get anything good. Close to being good, but not. Well, yeah, as you can see, a bunch of whatever we had as altars. We have a lot of scarabs because this is actually one of the altars we had, Titanic Scarab. And yeah, that's it. Once we have the map pretty much cleared, we'll just move on to another map. Alright, so here's an example of a map I actually opened but I wasn't recording. So I got the Lesser and Grand Eldritch modifier altars. You can see how crazy it can get. Sadly for this run, I didn't kill the boss because yeah, I moved out of the portal and I forgot to kill the boss. So some of the altars will have the boss mod possible, which is a bad thing, as you can see here. So yeah, I kind of fucked up, but still you can see when it gets crazy what it can actually drop. So we'll just check out the map. So I wanted to talk about some of the mods that are kind of deadly. So sometimes the monsters will drop an area of like a burning ground when they die, which is the case here. So it can get crazy, especially if you also get the minus fire resistance mod. So to combat this, you can have higher fire resistance than 75. Let's say like if you have 130 fire resistance and you actually get minus 60 resistance, well, you're still at 70 resistance. So this is something you can do to combat this. So if you have some leftover resistance, it could be used in fire. And yeah, but as you can see, there's a lot of stuff that drops now. But the problem is that it's kind of rippy. As you can see, I just died. So sometimes you will die for sure, especially as I said, if you don't have a lot of fire resistance. But still, I think it's worth it. Big Grand Eldritch Embers and some lesser ones. By the way, for selling the Embers, always check the price of both the Chaos and the Divines. Sometimes it's better to sell them as Divines. Sell them for Divines, and sometimes it's better to sell them for Chaos. So make sure you check that out. And as you can see with the Burning Ground patches, I have to dodge and wait to come back, which can be annoying, but yeah, as I said, there are some tricks to combat this. And on your map device, you can always add shrines if you want. Anyway, you get the idea. So now we'll talk about what you can actually do to add some more juice to your maps. Alright, now for juicing, it's pretty simple. You want to make sure you quality your map. So use chisels. You want to make it to 20%. And then all kit. If you want, you can corrupt it, but just make sure you know it can actually break your map, so be aware. And also, if you're kind of squishy, don't corrupt, because sometimes 8 modded maps can be pretty rippy. The other thing you can add is an influence Scarab of Hordes. It's usually 1 chaos per. Sometimes the bulky will be like 2 chaos, but still it's pretty cheap. I think it's worth it. In the maps I showcased here, I didn't use any scarabs, but yeah. So this one is the best one, and then the Scarab Monstrous Lineage is also pretty much the same, but it only does the 40% increase on the magic monsters. So this is for every single influence monster, and yeah, that's it. And then if you want, you can add some shrines, especially if you're struggling, either by using the domination craft. But I suggest if you want to do this, use the increased quantity instead, and add some scarab or shrines because we have some more rooms. Alright, now for selling, you always want to check if it's a better price in Chaos or Divines. So here, as we can see, it's 1 for 1 in Chaos. If we look at the price here, it says 1.5 for 1, so 3 to get 2 Chaos. But if you're willing to wait, you can actually sell it for the price written here. Okay, and then if we look for Divines, 137. So yeah, we can list it for both or only one. Here I will list a 138 for a divine. And then, yeah, I'll list some for chaos too. So 1.1 maybe. So 11 for 10 chaos. Yeah, you can see. Here you can list it for whatever the price is, but if you're willing to wait a bit, you actually make way more money. And the same principle applies for the other one, so Greater Eldritch, and then if we see 1.3, we look at it, 1.62. So what you can actually do is sell 10 for 16 and then wait for it, and at some point someone will buy them. Or if you want, you can actually sell it for 3. But yeah, I would think it's worth waiting a bit, because some people will buy them at some point. Especially if you're running a... See, it actually popped off already. So we actually made 3 more chaos than if we were to the price right now, the going price right now. So it doesn't look like much, but at some point it does add up. So yeah, so that's how you sell your embers. And yeah, if you want, you can list them on the trade website too. But since you're running a lot of maps doing this, you will have the currency to actually make the changes. So it should be fine. So yeah, if you want, you can always sell them in bulk through the trade website, but you actually have to get out of your maps if you do this. So depends on what you want to do. Do you want to spend your gold for the exchange, or do you don't mind getting out of your maps? Whatever fits you. Hope this was helpful. It's a super straightforward mapping, and if you want, you don't even have to use the scarabs. Super straightforward. You put your map, as I said, either city square or mesa, anything that has the boss really close to the entrance, because you want to rush to the boss and then get back to the first pack of the influence monsters. So hopefully this was helpful, and as always, take care, guys.